Hello everybody, welcome back to the Children of Film podcast. This is number 2. Today we're talking about a lot of stuff. Jacob, how are you?
Yeah, I'm lovely. As you know, because you've been watching us for many years now, I am Jacob, and this is your co-host, Jaron. But, I say co-host in that he is inferior to me. That's what I mean by co-host.
Yeah, so when you come here, all you know now is Jacob is the dick, and Jaron is the humble, sincere, kind of sexy member of the group.
Pretty much. So yeah, we did our first show last week, and I think it went pretty well. We talked about Doctor Strange and stuff, and we've got a lot more variety and a lot more stuff to cover today. So I guess we're just going to get straight into it. It's going to be a lot of freewheeling discussions, and we are just going to be talking about movies because that is what gets our motors running. So we're starting out with this segment that we're going to be doing weekly. We've got a pretty shitty name for it. It is Diary Display, and we're just going to talk about the shit we've been watching lately. So what have you been watching this week?
Jacob, mate, this week has been an absolute roller coaster. I rewatched Deadpool the night after we did the podcast. Such a funny movie. I still love Deadpool. So funny. One of the favorite of the year still. I watched a couple John Carpenter movies this week. I started off with They Live, because I thought, it'd be a nice segue. It's not too heavy-handed with the
very fun
genre.
Movie.
Oh, I love it. It actually turned out to be my favorite one. I really loved it. How is the 7-minute fight in the bloody alleyway? It's just two gorillas hitting each other with steel poles.
Pure homoerotic masculine
It is
glory.
incredible. No, but it actually has a lot of undertones and a lot of themes that are actually still relevant today. I was really surprised, and I actually really enjoyed it. The other ones I watched were Big Trouble in Little China, which I really did not enjoy. I think maybe if I grew up with it, I would like it, but I couldn't follow the plot at all. I didn't like any of the characters except for, obviously, Big Fellas. And I also watched The Thing, which I thought was really good as well. It wasn't as good as They Live, but I did think it was really fun. I was never scared of it, but I was able to admire the filmmaking. I saw Hell or High Water in the theater. I bet you're jealous of that. That was not as if Whale was going to get it. Really, really fun. One of my favorites of the year. Again.
Yeah, that movie's definitely not going to come to my town. I mean, we got Doctor Strange 2 weeks late. There's no hope for us.
Yeah, good luck, mate. And I saw Hacksaw Ridge the other night. If you want a review for that, you can. I'm just gonna plug this in here. You can watch the most recent, apart from this one, video on our channel. It's a few minutes long and it's an in-depth review. I'm talking really fast and there's a lot of quick cuts and stuff. I think it went pretty well. And I also watched a surprise movie we're going to talk about later. Jacob, how is your diary display?
Yeah, well, I rewatched Whiplash because, that's one of my favorite movies, one of the best of 2014, and I just think about that ending, it's so intense, that 20 minutes of, drumming, Fletcher sabotages him, and, he leaves the stage, he gets pretty much kicked off stage, and then he comes back, takes the show as his own, and, starts playing the tracks he knows, and I think that's actually a smartly dark ending, because when you think about it, it's like, the movie's message is that Fletcher's methods are pretty fucked up and they're too far, but when you look at the end of the movie, they succeeded, really. And, it's kind of both characters. There's not really a good guy there. Both characters got their way. Miles Teller got to be the best at all costs, sacrificing everything else in his life, and Fletcher got his Charlie Parker. And it's sort of some layers to Whiplash that I don't really think of. And I rewatched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Shane Black's movie. I think it's better than The Nice Guys. It's a lot of fun. It's so funny. I don't even want to spoil any of the quotes if you haven't seen it, because it's so funny. And Val Kilmer is the man in it. But
Jacob,
I want to talk
I said
about
a bad word.
Cunt. To all the good people of the Midwest, sorry we said fuck so much. All right, that's it. I watched The Road last night, a movie I haven't seen yet, and The Road stars Viggo Mortensen and a young Cody Smith-McPhee in what was one of his first film roles. He's an Aussie kid. I think he's either Aussie or Kiwi. But The Road was a really, really great movie. It's by John Hillcoat, another Aussie director who made Lawless and The Proposition and this year's 999. And it was a really, really great movie. I was blown away by it. And it's very, very bleak. Like, the whole film is photographed with like a very, very grey tint color grading, and it's really, really, it's very bleak. It's like the cinematic equivalent of getting punched in the stomach for 2 hours, but I really enjoyed it. It has some inspiring themes, but it's a pretty realistic look at the end of the world. Viggo Mortensen is like really one of the best actors working today.
I've got a question.
So good in it. Yeah?
Is it as good as the other kind of Australian end of the world movie? What's that one called? These Final Hours.
You know, I was actually just about to bring that movie up. Obviously different end of the world circumstances. The road is set after sort of the apocalypse. It's sort of a post-apocalyptic wasteland. You know, there are cannibals roaming around and everybody's just sort of trying to scrounge for food and everything like that.
These Final Hours being one of my favourite of 2014.
These Final Hours is like, it's like about an asteroid's about to hit the Earth, and it's about everyone sort of living out their final couple days. But I was going to bring up, I like these movies about people trying to find this humanity in the end of the world, because when the world goes to shit, obviously people go to shit. There's savagery and debauchery, and everyone is just, you know, killing each other to survive. And I like these movies about just average people, maybe people who have done some bad things in the past, just trying to do something good with their last days on Earth. And
if that's good to you, I implore you to watch These Final Hours. I implore you.
It's fantastic. That's not a major theme of the road, but it's just something I think about while watching it. And I watched, I'd literally just got out of the theatre about 2 hours ago, and I watched The Girl on the Train, a new movie. I'm not going to be doing...
great film.
I'm not going to be doing a review video for it, so I'm going to give you my thoughts now. Girl on the Train, oh my God. It was not good, I will say. It was not a good movie.
But it was awful.
A bad movie. It was actually quite a terrible movie.
It wasn't good, but it was awful.
Yeah, it's... stars Emily Blunt as this girl she's a bit mentally deranged, and she rides the train every day. Anyway, who cares about the plot? It's a Gone Girl ripoff. This movie is basically like trying to be Gone Girl, and it's a Lifetime movie. It's Gone Girl without everything that made Gone Girl good. Emily Blunt was alright. I thought she was trying too hard in it. Hayley Bennett, or as I call her, Dollar Store Jennifer Lawrence, she was okay in it. Luke Evans was alright, but it was just a really, really cheesy movie. And then some of the scenes that were meant to be very, very dark and serious, they just made me laugh. And I think it's a mess. It's not a good movie. Don't watch it. It's bad.
Okay, Jacob, is that it for your film display?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I've been watching the last week. It's been a pretty bloody slow week, and Get on the Train just made it a lot slower, because that's 2 hours of my life that I will never get back.
2 hours that feels like 4. Anyway,
it's an hour and 51 minutes that feels like 3 hours and 51 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it for what we watched last week.
Right.
It's been a big news week.
It has. We've had a lot of big news. Starting out, Jacob, it has been revealed that the Edge of Tomorrow sequel is actually going to be a prequel, retaining the original cast, including Emily Blunt from Girl on the Train. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, Doug Liman had some things to say about... he said didn't he say something like it's going to change how sequels are made forever?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know about that.
That was also said about the new Blair Witch movie. That didn't change anything. It didn't change shit.
No,
but I don't know. Doug Liman. I mean, this was his baby project. He got it off the ground. He made everything happen. He wrote it. He just actually I think Christopher McCoy wrote it. Anyway, this was his baby, and and he said that he's really passionate about it. So I trust him.
So he said, yeah, it's a sequel that's a prequel, and that's pretty much all he gave us. So honestly, there's not much I can interpret out of that, but I'm sure more news is going to come out.
I could go maybe that's going to be a prequel about Emily Blunt, but he said it's going to star Tom Cruise again, so I don't know how that's going to happen. And also
flashbacks and flash forwards.
They closed the loop in the end of Edge of Tomorrow, so I'm not sure. I don't know. Whatever. I'm excited for it, I guess.
By closing the loop, do you mean they killed their future self?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. They took the gold off the back of their back, and they spent it for the next 15 years. Yeah.
Watch Looper, folks. It's a good movie. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have much else to say about that. But something we do have some stuff to say about is Johnny Depp He's joined the Fantastic Beasts sequel. I don't know what it's going to be called, but Fantastic Beasts isn't out yet. But it's a fucking Harry Potter thing. It's obviously going to get a sequel. It's going to make huge money.
Yeah, they got five
Johnny
of them.
Depp's been cast to boost their star power, and he's going to be playing. What's his name? I forget.
Grindelwald. Grindelwald.
Yeah, Dumbledore's
Grindelwald.
mate.
It's either going to be Dumbledore's mate, or which is apparently assumed lover in the books, or it is going to be. I know. Well, no, Dumbledore's gay in the books. Did you not know?
Probably.
It's assumed lover.
Gay as well?
Yeah, but he's an openly gay character in the books. Anyway, he's gonna be his mate. Which I mean. The thing is, fans are revolting over this because, all the stuff about Johnny Depp beating
Johnny Depp dabbles in a bit of wife beating here and there.
And
It's a hobby.
He's an experienced physical abuser.
In all seriousness, though, that's pretty fucked up of him. And I have no qualms with people revolting or boycotting this movie. I mean, personally,
I'm revolting it, not because of that, but
Johnny
because
Depp.
of all the movie roles he's been doing lately. He's probably the only thing I can picture him is in this movie. He's gonna be dressed up in makeup, doing a high pitched voice, dancing around the place.
Oh, yeah, he's not only beating his wife; he's beating his career to death. Anyway, I'm going to stop with the wife beating jokes because that's an actual serious issue. And Johnny Depp.
But in all seriousness, he's not a good bloke.
Yeah, he's not a great guy, and I can understand people wanting to boycott this. Me, honestly, I don't care that much about Harry Potter. I'm gonna go see these because I go see everything, but I honestly haven't been behind Johnny Depp for years now. He's just sort of, I don't know, it feels at the point where he's kind of washed up, to be honest.
Yeah, I grew up with Harry Potter, so I'm going to be seeing these, with my Harry Potter shirt on, just really keen, rewatch all the other ones. By the way, you need to see Harry Potter and the Death Colors Part 2. I'm going to see them, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over Johnny Depp being in these, but I would probably prefer they cast someone different. Well, because, Johnny Depp has beaten his career to death, it kind of seems like a joke to hire him at the moment, and because of all the things he does, I'm not really sure he deserves to have a role this meaty at the moment. But we'll see what we can do. We've had bigger comebacks, so we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, separating the art from the artist is a tricky line to walk. I have no problem watching Mel Gibson movies. I know a lot of people hate him, but I think he's a fantastic filmmaker and a fantastic actor, and I'm willing to give him a chance at a comeback.
But his latest performance was terrific. Johnny Depp hasn't had it. He was good in Black Mass, but he hasn't had a terrific performance in years.
But what I mean is, saying some inflammatory stuff about Jews isn't as bad as beating your wife,
This episode is really political. Oh,
yeah.
God. All right,
next.
Let's
that's just my opinion, Yeah. Wife beating, Jew hating's a little further down as long as you're not,
still pretty bad.
Genocide. If you don't, we don't condone racism here at Children of Film. We just,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna stop now.
Okay, let's move on. Tom Hardy.
This got dark.
Tom Hardy is confirmed to star as Al Capone in Josh Trank's new movie Fonzo. What do you think?
Yeah, I love Tom Hardy, so anything he's in, I'll see, except that musical he was in last year. I didn't go see that because
Child 44, did you see that?
I didn't get to see it. Child 44 I didn't see, but, aside from those little things, I see most of the stuff that he's in. But anyway, it's about that infamous gangster, Al Capone, who was in Chicago in, the Prohibition era and stuff, and Hardy's going to be playing him towards the end of his life, 47-odd years old, and and he's going to be sort of starting to, lose his mind and everything like that, and
I think there should be an
Josh Trank's
anthology of
directing this.
movies where Tom Hardy just stars a gangster at the age of about 40.
Yeah, just every movie. But he was so great in Legend, even though I don't think that movie was great. So he can play.
That movie didn't
a gangster
deserve Tom
British
Hardy,
on.
man. He was fantastic.
No, it really didn't. You come up in here and you don't even have the courtesy to say hello, Ron.
Hello, Ron. It's all right. I want to shoot off like a Western. Anyway,
Josh Trank is directing this. He made
What do you
Chronicle
reckon?
a few years ago, which I think is a fucking incredible movie. And
I think the extended edition is even better.
Then he made Fantastic Four, which, while it's not completely his fault. He obviously didn't bloody help the thing, did he?
I mean, I think even if the studio didn't meddle in the movie, it still would not have been very good. But they did, and it turned out to be atrocious. So,
but yeah, you have to agree that the first half is better than the second half in that movie. The first half is not good, but
of course, but it's still not good.
It's less horrific than the second half.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, yeah,
So, but
I mean, yeah.
I'm rooting for him. Honestly, I'm rooting for him to make a comeback. I think he showed talent with Chronicle. He was put on a project that was too big for him. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle the stress of working under a studio. Yeah, I know he wanted it, and but he bit off more than he could chew. He was going to do Star Wars, and he got kicked off of that. And
supposedly he left under his own devices, but we all know that's not true.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone's cut out for that, because honestly, working under a studio is probably really, really high. I mean, working on any film would be a high pressure environment, but I think it's good to see him go back to something smaller. I mean, this isn't going to be that small a movie. It's obviously going to be, it'll have some pretty good marketing behind it and everything. But no, I think I'm rooting for old what's his name, Josh Trank. Hopefully, he can make his comeback. And
on the basis of Chronicle alone, I'm rooting for him.
I just want more Tom Hardy. Like, we're not going to see him again until Dunkirk from Christopher Nolan, which comes out in July next year, and I cannot wait for that.
Oh, yeah, of course. Anything Tom Hardy's in, I'll go see, apart from those movies I didn't go see.
Yeah, those ones that I didn't come out near me or just didn't watch. Anyway, I think...
Next up, we have a news article that's definitely not a joke. We're taking it 100% seriously, and that is Tim Miller, the director who dropped out of Deadpool, is now producing the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
It's gonna be a live action and animation hybrid. It's gonna be a Sonic the Hedgehog. He's gone from Deadpool to Sonic the Hedgehog. So, do with that information whatever you wish to do with that information. All right. That's
man,
pretty much it for that one. But leading on from that, more Deadpool 2 news, and some really disappointing news. Junkie XL has dropped out of doing the musical score for Deadpool 2. He is known for his beautiful work on Mad Max Fury Road, and I think he did Batman vs Superman as well, which was actually the score was one of the better parts of that movie.
They both teamed up. I think Junkie XL did the score for Batman, and that's it. And then they just inserted that to Hans Zimmer's.
But no, his score for Deadpool was great, like the highway music. It was a bit synthy. It was cool. And he's dropped out. He put a big Facebook post up today, just a message saying, just some stuff. He's like, "It is with a heavy heart that I've decided not to score the upcoming Deadpool movie. I love this character, and creating his and the movie's original score was a monumental chapter in my life." And he's talks about how since Tim Miller, it was revealed that Tim Miller won't be involved, he's undertaken some soul searching, and he says Tim was the driving force behind Deadpool and him getting involved, and without Tim at the helm doesn't sit right with him, and that's why he's left. So basically he's left because Tim Miller left. So I mean, this could mean some problems.
Is trouble? Is Deadpool 2 in trouble, Jacob?
Maybe. That's a big maybe from me.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds is still in it, and I still don't believe Ryan Reynolds will let this movie be bad, but it's seriously losing some star power.
Like, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick are writing the script, but I guess a lot of people working on it have a lot of faith in Miller, and I think some people are going to be pretty disappointed that he's left.
Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick wrote the Zombieland TV series script, which aired for one episode. So,
Jaron, I've just been given some breaking news. Junkie XL was signed on to do the score for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I've got an article too. Ryan Reynolds drops out of Deadpool 2.
Oh, no. That's just everything's gone to shit.
Wait. Josh Trank helming Deadpool 2.
No, dude, I'm only going to really start worrying if Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick drop out of writing Deadpool 2. If that happens, then the franchise is dead.
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah. But no, it's disappointing that XL's left, but obviously he was behind Miller's vision, and the score isn't the biggest part of Deadpool, so I'm sure they'll replace him.
I mean, I do hope that we get a second Deadpool, and the character is Deadpool. You can literally do anything with Deadpool. You can take him into outer space. You can do anything with Deadpool.
Yeah, that would be great.
there is comics with Deadpool out of space. Like you can do that's just literally the sky is the limit. I just hope we don't get the exact same Deadpool movie we just got before, where there's he just walks around modern day and kills some people and makes some dick jokes, which obviously is great because I love the original Deadpool movie. But when you've got a character like him, it would be disappointing if in the sequel we only see that again, which is kind of looking towards what Ryan Reynolds wants. So we'll have to.
Yeah, I want to see a movie about Deadpool, not Wade Wilson this time.
Maybe Ryan Reynolds was just so excited that he was actually starring in a good movie for once. He's just like, we can't change anything. We have to replicate it. It just has to happen. So who knows?
All right. Yeah. So all right. Finally, our last bit of sort of superhero-related news and people leaving and swapping projects. Now, this is also some pretty disappointing news. Director Rick Famuyiwa has left The Flash. He came onto the scene with his movie last year, Dope, the indie hit, and it was a great little movie. It's sort of an adventure through Inglewood, California, and he's left The Flash. He signed on a few months ago after its original director, Seth Grahame-Smith, left the project. He joined a few months ago, and now he's left, which is sad. Like, I thought he was the right man for the job, and he released a quote. I don't have the whole quote, but he said that he pitched a version of the film that was in line with his voice, humor, and heart, and he's disappointed that they couldn't come together creatively on the project, and he's grateful for the opportunity and everything like that. And this sounds like he wanted to do a more fun, humorous, light movie, and it
Jacob,
sounds like
it's the DCEU. We can't do light.
No, we can't. It's
Drop it.
Each movie is allowed like 3 jokes, and they all have to be really lame. Like
exactly.
I thought
Jacob,
she was
and
with
they have to fill the quota with 25 minutes of slow mo. And if you're not going to do that, then you're not directing our movies.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Unlike
but no, my question is The Flash going to have slow mo? Now that's a fucking paradox.
Of course, it's going to have slow mo. Are you joking? If Wonder Woman has slow mo, The Flash is going to have slow mo. So,
but yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do now.
Actually,
I don't know who they can get to direct this. With two directors having dropped out, I don't know who's going to want to come in, step in, and do this. I wouldn't even be surprised if they put Zack Snyder on it now.
Well, it seems like every single person they have on has a particular vision, and the vision, it seems like Warner Brothers, the studio, knows what they want, and if no one shares that idea, they're not doing their project. It's like they're not giving. They're gonna have to get
a yes man. They're gonna have to get a yes man. They can't get exactly. They can't get like I know they say that they're an auteur studio, but like they can't get a director that's gonna want to go with their own vision.
The one thing about that,
they need someone talented but willing to go with what they want.
But the one thing about that contradicts that statement. The only thing is James Wan doing Aquaman. James Wan is no yes man. James Wan is an established director.
All right, he's a talented director, but I think he knows how to work. Like he did Furious 7.
Furious 7 was not that bad.
Oh no, I don't think it's a bad movie at all. But thing is, it's a cookie cutter action movie. Like it's a product. He made that all by himself. That last 15 minutes without Paul Walker. He made that heartwarming and touching somehow. So he can do anything. Oh, the ending was really touching, and it was a good send-off, and now they're going to completely ruin that by making another one. We'll save that discussion for another day, but yeah. James Wan doing Aquaman, I think it's cool, but I think he is a guy who can work in the studio environment, because he did Furious 7, and Furious 7 didn't really have his stamp on it, if you know what I mean? It just felt like another Furious 7 movie. Anyone could have directed that. Yes and no. I'm not knocking James Wan at all. I think he's the best horror director working today. But Furious 7 did not. If I didn't know James Wan had directed it, I couldn't have picked. I could have just been like, "What did Justin Lin do this one again?" Like, Furious 7 is single-handedly the greatest action movie I've ever seen, just because The Rock tensors out of an arm cast. That's all I need in an action movie. That's like top 5 greatest movie moments ever. Exactly. Oh, man. All right, Jacob. Speaking of DC movie news and Wonder Woman, should we talk about the new Wonder Woman trailer? Yeah, the Wonder Woman trailer came out this week, a couple of days ago, I believe. I just watched it just not long ago because I'm lazy and I don't often watch trailers, but I guess we have to talk about this. It's a huge trailer. It's a hugely anticipated movie. We had that teaser a few months back, but it didn't really give us a whole lot. This one gave us sort of a bit more semblance of the plot and what the movie's going to look like. And general thoughts, what'd you think of it?
Wonder Woman, the first Avenger. Anyway, first of all, I just wanted to congratulate you again on pronouncing Famuyiwa perfectly. Like, that was just perfect pronunciation, not even being sarcastic.
Famuyiwa?
Yeah, exactly. It was literally perfect. I forgot to mention that. Well done. Wonder Woman 2, a trailer's job is to excite me and sell me on the movie, and I mean, I'll go see it because I see everything, but I'm not particularly excited. I'm not bashing on any studio, but this trailer just didn't get me excited.
Now, I actually really, really hated the trailer, but I'm still kind of excited for the movie.
Jeez.
Like,
hated.
I'm looking forward to see a Wonder Woman movie. I didn't like the trailer at all. I'll say that. I didn't like the trailer at all. But I'm still excited for the movie because I'm excited to see a Wonder Woman movie. I think Patty Jenkins is a talented director. I think... I'm not 100% sold on Gal Gadot, but she was good in BVS, and I think she can do it.
Is it just me, or is the accent a lot stronger in this?
Accent was really strong in this. I don't know what that was. I mean, I would think that if Wonder Woman had an accent at all, it would be like Greek or something. But
if that is even an accent.
Yeah,
well, you know what I think?
Yeah?
I think if you cut out all the... I think if you change all of the slow-mo in this trailer to regular speed, it would go for about 40 seconds.
Yeah, there's so much, like, honestly, I felt like Zack Snyder was directing this trailer. There was so much bloody slow-mo in it, and I really hope the movie's not like that, because slow-mo is cool when used effectively and sparingly, but when you just rely on it to try and make your action scenes look cooler, it doesn't work.
There was about 3 different instances when she blocks a bullet with her, like, wrist things, and every single one was in slow-mo. I want to see her do that in full speed and then kick someone's ass. That would be cool. I don't want every single one of that to be... Otherwise, I'm going to have to play it on my TV and then fast-forward it and watch her doing it. Because it's just... I mean, there's so much better ways you can go about action scenes like that. I don't understand why they would just smother it. Hopefully, that's just the editor's room for the trailer.
All right, so...
Actually, it was filmed like, I don't know.
What was your favourite and least favourite moments from the trailer?
My favourite moment... I'm paying out the action scenes here, but I did think some of the action is cool. There's a clip that looks like she's flying for some reason. I don't know. Maybe like some bad guy has turned off gravity or something. But there's a clip where she's literally hovering in the air. I didn't know. No one knew she could fly. I mean, she jumps about a bloody lot in BVS, but she never actually flies. But
or maybe it was
weird.
The invisible spaceship.
Oh, that would be cool. That
would be cool.
But except she was standing, so I don't know why she would. But
you can stand in a spaceship.
I guess that would be really cool. But anyway, that would blow. I would actually love that. Anyway, my favorite bit. Well, yeah, I couldn't really give you a favorite bit. I mean, every Chris Pine seems good. I guess he's the token male love interest this time. It looks like.
Yeah. I'll say my favorite was probably, honestly, I didn't like that much of it. My favorite was really when we get the logo and the music plays, because the music is badass.
Oh, the music is cool. I really like that.
But
my least favorite moment is how they had all this...
I think we both have the same one.
All this really slow-mo, intense action, blocking bullets. And then how does the trailer end? It ends with some fat lady in a dress going, I'd be up for some fisticuffs. I'm like, what? That was a really strange note to end a trailer on.
Trailers always end on a joke, but it was just a really shitty joke. It was not funny at all.
It wasn't.
It's just like, fisticuffs.
Is she with you?
Yeah, and it's like, haha, she's fish out of water. Okay, I get it. I thought she was with you, and I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. But other good moments. I like that the colors were brighter in this, because I think you need that for Wonder Woman. Like the shot where she dives into the water and it's very, very bright blue.
I did like that.
I really like the color palette in this trailer. See, I'm not that much of a cynic. I liked some things in it, but yeah. All in all, nice. Really, it's just a trailer. Colors. All in all, it's just a trailer, and really, it doesn't say a whole lot about the movie.
Especially when it comes to trailers from this studio, because how great were those Suicide Squad trailers?
They were fantastic, and you know, we weren't big fans of that movie, but I think that's pretty much all I've got to say about the Wonder Woman trailer. I guess it comes out sometime next year. I don't know the date.
Early next year before Justice League.
Yeah, it's like 2017 sometime. Yeah. But no, I'm still excited for it, and obviously I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go see it twice if it's even a bit good, because you know that's what I do. But that's it. That's it for our movie news. It was a big one this week. We had a lot of stuff to get through, but now we're going to get into the fun stuff. This is a segment we are starting this week, and as we said last week, we're going to choose a film for each other to watch, and then we're going to talk about them. So we may have a film we really like and we want to get the other to experience, and so this is Film Swap. So the film I chose for you, Jaron, it was one of my I wouldn't say one of my favourite movies, but I'm a huge fan of John Carney, like Begin Again and Sing Street. They're really, really great. And then his third movie, which is a bit lesser seen, but it's his first one that put him on the map. And that movie is Once, and it stars mostly unknown actors. Glenn Hansard plays the main guy.
And let me talk about the movie that I watched?
But I'm setting it up, Jaron. I'm setting it up. I'm setting the stage,
the
if you will. But
there's smoke on the ground.
Yeah, I forced Jaron to watch Once this week because he had not seen it yet out of John Carney's other films. And what did you think of Once, Jaron?
I was really impressed by Once, honestly. It was written and directed by John Carney, which was really cool. He brought it up from the ground. I think it was made on maybe like 30 grand. Maybe 300 grand, one of those. It was not, and it made like 10 million. It made its budget back. This is the movie that got him Begin Again. You know, it's the movie that got him Sing Street, stuff like that. Even though maybe he's kind of just making the same movie on repeat. But I really did like this performance. I really liked it. The opening 5 minutes is just incredible, where the guy just steals his guitar case and runs away, and it's just one long shot of him chasing after him and them swearing at each other. They're not given any names, but the main guy, played by Glenn Hansard, he's really good. You know, he's a busker. He still lives with his dad, even though he's like 35. He has nothing really going for him, and he meets this girl. Her name's just Girl. And you know they
characters don't have names.
Yeah, they become friends, and you know she is from another country. She's an immigrant. I believe she's Czech. From the Czech Republic, and they start meeting together, and you know she instantly she's really confident and he's really shy, and she kind of breaks him out of the shell, and she starts playing music with him. They start doing that together. They start delving this really relationship, which may or may not be relationship wise.
Hey Jaron, can I butt in here for a second?
Of course you cannot.
My favourite John Carney movie is the one about a group of amateur musicians who record songs together with a will they, won't they romance at the centre of it.
Hey, I really enjoy that one too. It's better, I think it's slightly better than the other John Carney movie about a group of musicians who record songs and there's a will they, won't they romance in the middle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll let you continue.
Yeah, I just thought it was really charming, you know, and it was really captivating. I say captivating, but I did really think that their chemistry was fantastic and captivating, and it was just a really charming tale of love and music, and it really is kind of the standard for a modern musical, especially because of the shoestring budget that it had. It's like, if you can do this on a budget like this, the sky's the limit, you know. I will say that when it comes to John Carney, I would prefer to watch a Sing Street or a Begin Again. I don't think it was quite as good as those two. But as a stepping stone into cinema and to make these bigger movies, I don't think you could have done much better. And I gave Once a 4 out of 5. Any extra thoughts, Jacob?
Yeah, I just want to note how I think Hansard, who's not an actor, I thought he was really, really fantastic in the lead role. He was really, really good. He felt really natural.
Has he acted in anything since?
And not really, no. Nah, he's a musician. He has a band and everything. I can't remember what they're called. But no, I love the music in this. Again, I don't know what my
the music
John
was
Carney
great.
movie
Yeah,
is. Probably Sing Street. I think that's probably his best
Sing
movie.
Street.
I actually prefer Begin Again's music to Sing Street, and then Once doesn't have as memorable songs, but I think Falling Slowly is as great as anything he's ever done, and it actually
yeah.
won the Oscar for Best Original Song. Like, I won't spoil the ending for those who haven't seen it, but the final scene where that song plays is really emotional.
I was literally going to say that I prefer Begin Again's music, but I do prefer Sing Street because of the characters, and I relate to them more and stuff. And anyway, so Jacob, the movie I forced you to watch this week it's written by Aaron Sorkin. It's adapted from the play written by Aaron Sorkin, created by Aaron Sorkin.
I think every week it's just going to be another Aaron Sorkin movie.
It is. You know, I've still got Charlie Wilson's War, some other ones like that. It's directed by Rob Reiner, and it is A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore, Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland, a stack of cast, and it's basically about... I'll let you go into it, Jacob.
Yeah, well, they're not all good men in it, you know. I mean, Tom Cruise is a good
there's
fella.
a few.
Mate, Kevin Pollak's a good lad, but then there are some other guys who are not such good lads, and that is what the movie's about. Tom Cruise plays a young and brash lawyer named Caffey. What's his bloody last name? Daniel Caffey. And he's like a military lawyer. He's done a few cases, and he's known for negotiating plea bargains. So, you know, he basically analyzes the case and then freaking decides, you know, all right, this is, I think, the best we can do. Let's get him that deal. And he's assigned a case. There are these two... It's the opening scene of the movie. These two really, really disciplined soldiers. You know, they basically tie up one of their fellow soldiers and, like, put a gag in his mouth and everything. And the guy ends up dying, lungs filling up with blood and everything. And, you know, they're going on trial. And Cruise's character is set to represent them. And... we have our movie. Jack Nicholson is basically the yin to Cruise's yang, and he plays Colonel Jessup. And what? Oh, whichever's the good one. Cruise is the good fella. Nicholson is the you know, not so good fella. I don't know much about yin yangs. It just sounds cool to say. But yeah, Nicholson's this colonel, and he runs the platoon where these guys were in, and you know, there's a bit of a cover up. There's something called a code red that's integral to these movies, and a code red is when military guys, they basically assault or hurt or punish one of their fellow soldiers outside of the law to pull them into line, and this basically was a code red gone wrong. But the movie is really, it's not a war movie about soldiers. It's a procedural drama, really. It's procedural courtroom drama about them investigating and trying to figure out the case. And one of my favorite things about this movie was Cruise himself. I thought his performance in this was absolutely fantastic, like damn near worthy of an Oscar nomination. He didn't get anything for it, but Nicholson was nominated, and like obviously, understandably why. But no.
Could be wrong.
Cruise was absolutely fantastic in this. I really liked his character. I was on board with him from the opening scene. And then Demi Moore plays Joanne Galloway, and like, she was good too. Anyone could have really played it, but it was a good character, you know. She's sort of another sort of lawyer, and she's a really, really capable lawyer, arguably almost more so than Cruise, but
Tom Cruise,
you know, he just has that instinct. But you know, she's sort of supervising him on his case, and then Kevin Pollak, who I thought, you know, he doesn't get much mentions, but I thought he was very, very good in this too. He was sort of this, he was basically Tom Cruise's sidekick, and like, yeah, he was good. And, you know, he brought a lot of moral discussions to the movie as well. And Kevin Bacon also shows up. He was pretty good in it, as he's like the government's attorney, so he's going up against Cruise, but at the same time, the two of them have this mutual respect for each other, and, you know, they don't want to see each other fail, but they kind of have to do their jobs. And that's pretty much what I'm going to say. I guess about my opinions. I really, really loved this movie. I was riveted from start to finish. This is one of the best procedural courtroom type of dramas I have ever seen, and obviously it's known for that final courtroom confrontation. You know what I'm about to yell, Jaron. You know what I'm about to yell. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. But
sorry if I just broke your eardrums. Such a good line.
Little did Jack Nicholson know, Caffey could handle the truth.
Tom Cruise could indeed.
And they got him. But no, honestly, this is a really, really great movie.
One aspect that I thought was really good about it too, that I enjoyed, if you just let me butt in here if I'm allowed, is that the two characters on trial knew exactly what happened, but they wouldn't give it away because it's their, like, it's their code. They don't...
That completely slipped my mind. I loved those guys. I thought they gave good performances.
I mean, they weren't bad guys, but they would not dob anyone in. Like, I'm not going to spoil it, but they know exactly what's happened, and they can't talk. They won't talk. It's a platoon code, and they upheld to that, and it actually made it a little more riveting, just because these guys kind of know, and you as things unfold, the camera always pans to them every now and then, and you see them go, stuff like that. So yeah.
Wolfgang Bodison plays the main one. Lance Corporal Dawson, and I thought he was really, really great. He's this very, very disciplined soldier, and he doesn't really get along with crews at first and stuff. But really, they're kind of innocent. They just did it because they were following orders, and it shows how dedicated these guys are to their cause. That they would rather go to jail for life and maintain that they're not guilty than say that they're guilty to get a plea bargain, because they have that code of honor. And I thought that was a really, really interesting part of the movie, and it sparks a moral discussion. And I thought it was a great movie. I'd give it all... I'm running out of things to say is how I'll conclude this. I'm not very good at ending reviews, but I'd give this movie a 4 out of 5. I really, really loved it, and the musical score was really great too. I want to say it was very, very. I just want to say it. The score reminded me a little of Spotlight, what with the dramatic piano and stuff, and just Spotlight is kind of a good companion to this movie, of a movie about just people investigating, doing their jobs, and trying to figure out an injustice. But that's A Few Good Men, and that is Film Squad, and we're going to be doing it again next week. I don't know what movie I'm going to give you yet, but we shall see.
Yeah, neither do I yet, but we will, and it will be a surprise. So leaning on to After A Few Good Men, our top 5 today, as we do weekly if you've been watching us for the past few years. Our weekly segment, Top 5. Jacob, what is our top 5 this week?
It is none other than our top 5 favourite Thomas Cruise movies.
Tom Cruise,
because why not?
He is, in my opinion, the modern day film star. Tom Cruise, he can hold a franchise, he can create a franchise. Everyone goes on about him doing his own
and
stunts.
he can destroy a franchise, as we saw by Jack Reacher 2.
It's not really his fault, but I mean, he was the best part of that movie. But I
actually think Kobe Smulders was the best part of that movie.
I disagree. Anyway, Tom Cruise, I mean, everyone goes on about, it's a gimmick, he's a gimmick, he does his own stunts, but the dude does his own stunts, man. The dude's like, I think he's heading towards 50, he may be on the wrong side of 49, but he's getting out there, man. He's really, really committed to giving, he said that he does these stunts, not because he's a junkie or anything, but because he wants to give the most visceral performance he can. And, like, when you can really, really notice the difference, like, how you can obviously, like, in Mission Impossible 5 is an example, when he's strapped to that plane, and there's that just long sequence of the plane taking off, and it's just on him, and he's facing the camera. They would not have been able to do that whatsoever had he not done his own stunts. They wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I really love his dedication to that. Say what you will about him as a guy, I'm not a whole fan of the old Scientology stuff.
But that was years ago. He hasn't really bought anything up about that in a while. Leave the guy alone.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. We gotta
bad bloke.
Start getting through. We better stop rambling. I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna give you my honourable mentions, and those honourable mentions are Mission Impossible 4 and 5. Love them both. They blur together for me. Just didn't quite make my list. They are some of the greatest action movies we've ever seen, though. And Edge of Tomorrow also is an honourable mention. Really, really loved it. I didn't love it as much as most people did. I wasn't really a huge fan of the third act, but it is a really, really great high-concept movie, and I can't wait for the sequel. And another honourable mention is... I got to warn you here. I haven't seen that many of his movies, so there's going to be some omissions that people are going to be mad at. Like, I haven't seen Top Gun, so don't expect that.
I haven't seen Risky Business.
My last honourable mention is... Yeah, my last honourable mention is Jack Reacher, the first one, which is it's a fun action movie. I enjoyed it, but yeah.
All right, so my honourable mentions are, before you go into your list, Mission Impossible 5. Again, not as good as 4, which is my favourite of the franchise, but I do think it is one of the best. It's up there. It's obviously, it's only my honourable mentions. It's a great movie. Like, one of the like in a year that had James Bond, it was the best spy movie. If you maybe Kingsman, I don't know, whatever. It was fantastic. It's just really, really solid action flick. The female character in it, one of the best female characters in an action movie of all time. She kicked so much ass, and she was supporting. She wasn't lead, and she did a lot of good stuff. Jack Reacher as well. I only watched this movie really recently before I saw the second one, and I loved it a lot more than regular people. Most people thought it was fine. I thought it was really, really well. And that opening scene that goes for 8 minutes without saying a word, and that scene where it's just you're just watching through the sniper, watching him aim at people, absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite shots in that whole movie, probably my favorite. And number 6. I have this movie because I love the movie, but as a Tom Cruise movie, he's only in it for about 7 minutes, but it is probably one of my favorite characters of his of all time. It's Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Yeah. He's so great in that.
Oh, I love him in that movie. He is so... I didn't know it was him. I mean, I watched it when I hadn't seen many Tom Cruise movies. If I watched it now, I would know just because I'd recognize the voice. But I did not even know it was Tom Cruise until I saw the end credits and I saw Tom Cruise as Les Grossman.
All right, let's get into this list.
Someone punched that director really fucking hard. Sorry,
my
man.
number five is Risky Business, a movie that you have not seen. But it was one of his first movies. I think it was like the third or fourth movie he ever did, and he's so young. And, I just love that iconic image of him smiling in his sunglasses. And this movie, it's actually, like, I went in expecting, like, a fun, sort of silly teen comedy. And it's actually, like, quite a smart movie. It's pretty artful. It's not what I expected going into it, but it looks at a lot of themes like capitalism and materialism and it's a coming of age movie basically. But he plays this sort of kid. He lives with his like wealthy parents and stuff, but his parents go away on a trip and he just has a lot of fun. There's this iconic scene. Everybody knows this scene. When he's like dancing to old time rock and roll, slides there, and like that's pretty cool. But his mate calls like a prostitute, and it turns out to be like a big transvestite. But he gets another prostitute, and it's like this beautiful woman. And but long story short, he kind of becomes a pimp, and there are a lot of shenanigans that happen, and I don't want to spoil the whole plot because you haven't seen it, but. It's a smart movie. It's a fun movie. Cruise is great in it. That image of him smiling in his sunglasses was my Facebook profile for like picture for like 2 months, and it's a really really great look at young Tom Cruise. And yeah, it's a smarter movie than you'd expect with an actually like a bit more of a downer ending, but it's kind of uplifting if you look at it from the right headspace. Risky Business.
All right, so should I go on to my number 5?
You shall.
My number 5 is a movie that maybe, I thought was going to be higher, but when I actually had a look at the list, I was like, yeah, but it's still number 5, which is not a bad testament at all, and it's my favorite Michael Mann movie, Collateral. Collateral is basically, you probably have this higher, so I won't go into it that much, but I know you do. It's a cab driver, Max, and he basically picks up a man and offers him $600 to drive him around town for his hits, because Max is a hitman. Well, no, Max is the cab driver. Tom Cruise plays a hitman, and he basically pays Max to drive him around to all his different hit spots over the night, and, Max doesn't even realize till, like, a good portion of the movie that he is a hitman, and then he like kind of refuses to do it, and there's a big nightclub scene which is absolutely fantastic. There's some great imagery with the wolf on the road. The ending is so fantastic, and this is one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. He should play a villain more, man. He should play a villain more.
Fun fact, the music in that nightclub scene is also used during a chase scene in the first Jason Bourne movie.
Oh, cheeky.
I noticed that because I watched them not that far apart. But anyway, anything else you want to add, or we'll go on to it more? Because I do have this movie higher on my list. But my number 4 is Rain Man. It's another one I watched for the first time quite recently, but it tells the story of this Charlie Babbitt, Tom Cruise's character Charlie Babbitt, and I know you've got it higher, but he's this sort of abrasive and like selfish young. He's sort of like sells cars and shit like that, but he's a bit dodgy. He learns that his father's what?
Charlie Babbitt.
Charlie Babbitt. And he's learned that his
Charlie
father
Babbitt.
dies and gives all of his inheritance to his other son, Raymond, played by Dustin Hoffman, an autistic savant. And Charlie never knew about him. And basically, the two go on a road trip, and, half the movie is basically Cruise yelling at an autistic person, which, I mean, if you don't want to watch that, like, you have no
What's
soul.
wrong with you?
But no, it's an incredible
Exactly.
movie. It's very emotional. It's also quite funny. And Dustin Hoffman gives one of the greatest cinematic performances I've ever seen.
Oh, I agree. My number 4 is a movie I also only watched recently. It is Cameron Crowe's Jerry Maguire. Man,
Have not seen it.
oh, it is such a good movie. So Jeremy is like he's your typical sports
Jeremy
agent,
Maguire.
you know. Jeremy Maguire. So anyway, Tobey Maguire used to be a typical sports agent, willing to do about anything he can for, contracts for his clients. He loves his clients. He walks around. Everyone loves him. He's always so positive. 100%. He's on. He's always so positive. And then one day, he suddenly, he just out of nowhere really second thoughts what he's doing. And when, he kind of voices these doubts to all of his clients and, his boss, he gets sacked immediately. And he kind of, he not exactly sacked, but he loses all of his clients except one, Big Cuba Gooding Jr., who also was really, really good in bloody Someone versus the People, mate. OJ. He was really good. Anyway, and who's also really good in this movie, he kind of plays the exact same character. He just yells a lot and stuff like that. But I mean, it was really great, and it kind of this romance comes into his life, and it kind of blossoms, and that becomes the central part of the story. And I mean, I just love this movie so much, man. I mean, it's really captivating. It's probably him and Renee Zellweger is probably one of my favorite on-screen romances of all time. It delves into this love story. He starts taking a step back to realize that his job isn't everything. He can actually open up and have a relationship with this person, and it really kind of blossoms and gets to the end, and there's those really, it's that really
Don't tell me too much.
yeah, no, I won't. But at the end, and it's that that iconic quote that "You had me at hello" started at Jerry Maguire. It's just, yeah. I mean, it just starts out this really awesome and funny movie where he's your sports agent. It delves into my favorite on-screen romance of all time. It's just a great watch. You need to watch it. It's on Netflix.
All right, now my number 3 is actually A Few Good Men that we just talked about.
All right, so let's talk
it's
about this at the
fantastic.
same time.
I can't add anything up. We just talked about it for
It's my number
5
3 too.
minutes, so yeah. Is it
Yeah.
now? All right. Well,
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can really add.
My favorite courtroom drama. Oh, yeah.
I prefer
If you don't
Spotlight.
count 12 Angry Men, I guess.
12 Angry Men as well is amazing. I think that's better
To
as
Kill a
well.
Mockingbird is good, but I think A Few Good Men probably just holds up better. Anyway,
I love the original. Yeah.
your number 2.
Yeah. So we both that was both our number 3s. Few Good Men, right? My number 2. you are not expecting this from me. I know, and I'm probably people are probably going to get mad at me for this, but my number 2.
I know what it is. It's bloody Les Grossman, isn't it, mate?
No, partly I love his performance in it, and partly I just love the movie, even though it's not really his movie. And it's Tropic Thunder.
Knew it. Dude, I love Tropic Thunder. The only reason I didn't put in it is because he's not in it much. But if I was just on movies alone, it would definitely be up there.
It's hard because it's not his movie, but at the same time, he has the best scene in the movie.
I want a spin-off of just Les Grossman.
I'm talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you.
you.
I will fuck you up.
Fuck you up. Oh my
Like,
God.
he's so funny in that, and it's one of my favorite movies. I like it more than all these other movies. That's why it's that high on my list. It's so funny. Everybody's at the top of their game in it. Like Ben Stiller, even Jack Black, who's been in a lot of shit lately, is like really funny in it. Like,
Oh, man.
like with his cocaine addiction and everything. But no, Cruise is so funny in this, and this movie basically saved the dude's career almost. It showed he wasn't taking himself so seriously after all the shit jumping on Oprah's couch and everything. No, he was so funny in this, and Les Grossman.
I've got a little
Tropic
thing to
Thunder.
say, Jacob.
You heard it here first.
First, you take a big step back and literally fuck your own face. I don't know what kind of Pan Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asian Jack is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to head down there and I will rain down upon you in an ungodly fucking firestorm. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you, Jacob. I'm talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up. Sorry for saying
I just
fuck
want
so
to vouch
much.
that he does
But
have that
it's just-
speech memorized because I hear it all the time.
Oh yeah, literally. I pray it before I go to bed.
Okay. All right. Where are your number 2?
My number 2 is a movie you've already talked about, and that is Rain Man. I watched Rain Man at the start of this year for the first time and was blown away. It is so emotional. It's so funny at the same time, and then it's so emotional. You know, Dustin Hoffman gives one of my, maybe even my top 5 favorite performances of all time. He is absolutely 100% believable as this autistic man, and he's also, you know, they don't play the autism card, you know, so like they don't beat it into the ground. It's, oh, he's got autism, it's so bad, like it sucks, it's one of the worst
Back
things
in
you
the
can have. You know, they play
80s,
it.
people didn't understand it as much, and this movie helped people to understand
Exactly. It really did. It was kind of like a passion project for the director. He wanted to show people this, and it was also a really good, you know, for the character, it was just incredible. You've already talked about it, so I won't go on it too much, but, you know, it was just, I love this movie, really, and the ending just fills my heart with joy every single time. I love it.
All right, now my number 1 favorite Tom Cruise movie. Drum roll, me tapping on my desk roll. My favorite Tom Cruise movie is Collateral by Michael Mann, starring Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. And Jared talked about it earlier. He had it at like number 5 or something. But no, I love this movie. I've watched it
I had
like
it at
3
or something.
times. Yeah, or something. That's respectable, you know.
That's where I
I
had
can
it.
respect that.
Yeah,
But no,
thank you.
I think it's one of the best things Jamie Foxx has ever done. I mean, I haven't seen Ray, which he won an Oscar for, so, you know, that's probably not the best thing he's ever done, but I really love him in it. And Cruise as
He was
the
pretty
villain.
great in
What
Amazing
more?
Spider-Man 2, man.
What more could you want? He was so great in this. He was so cool and cold and calculated.
How's the
you know,
hair? It's just
yeah,
beautiful.
the hair. You cannot beat that hair. That is like top 5 best hairstyles in the movie ever. But no,
at least.
It's just a wild journey throughout the city on that night, and like just the dialogue between them in the cab is so great. That nightclub shootout is amazing, and just seeing it develop from, you know, him giving him a ride to, you know, I'll give you money to take me to my hits, and then it goes further from there. It's the first Michael Mann movie I ever saw, actually, and it's so, I love his style of shooting action. It's very handheld. It feels like they're using shittier cameras for it, but in some movies that would feel gimmicky. In his movies, it really, really works, and it really does in this movie. And but enough about the Michael Mann. It's just, this might be my favorite Tom Cruise performance. He's so great in it. He's a good villain. I honestly don't have much else to say about Collateral. It's just I think it's a fun movie. There's not that much to it. There's not that much meat to it, but I really, really enjoy watching it.
Yeah, so, yeah, just a great movie. It's in my top 5, and I've seen about 15 movies of Tom Cruise, which maybe not
At
be a
or
lot
something.
because he's in so much, but I mean, it is respectable. Anyway, my number 1 is Mission Impossible Franchise Resurrection.
Knew it.
Oh, it's just made. I love this movie. It is so fun. I can watch it and it just goes by so quick. Obviously, basically the movie is, you know, the IMF, the Impossible Mission, whatever F stands for, Foundation, whatever, is
Force.
the Impossible Mission Force is shut down when it's implicated, when basically they're blamed for bombing the Kremlin in Russia, and this causes Ethan Hunt and his new team, this is the first movie where they actually made it a team, which just makes the dynamic so much better. They finally learned that, and that causes Ethan Hunt and his new team, you know, to go rogue, go off the books, and actually clear their organization's name. And it's just...
Anything that gives us more Simon Pegg is a plus in my book.
Mate, trust me. From the opening scene where he's in the prison and he spent 4 days of filming just to try and perfect that rock throw. He's just lying there, and then the prison goes, and he's walking through, and Simon Pegg's on the thing, and he's like trying to, and he's like, no, you need to go. And Tom Cruise, he wants to go get his friend, and he wants to go, but Simon Pegg's the one opening the gates, and Simon Pegg's like, just go the other way, and he's just sitting there, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna sit here, and he's just like, fine, I'll wait you out, and then he like fists him. He's like, I will smash you, and he's like, fine, all right, and he just opens the gates.
He fists him, does he?
He's gonna fist him, Jacob. He lets him go through, and they get through that.
This should have been higher on my list if there's fisting involved.
Anything that has fisting is at least top 3. And he gets through, and basically, he gets through, and he saves this guy, and who comes back in later, and then he meets up with Simon Pegg and they go to the Kremlin, and there's that awesome scene, where they put up that thing, and they go through the hallway, and Simon Pegg's face gets in the thing. That's one of my favorite movie screenshots of all time. Simon Pegg's face just blown up to be a whole hallway. It's so good. And then
I'm gonna try and find a picture of that.
We're gonna watch this again when I come down, because I watch it every month. And bloody Simon Pegg, and then it goes to the next scene, which is them obviously climbing the tallest building in the world, which again he actually did. Enough about that, stuff like that. And it goes to the ending, which lots of people don't like. I think it's a really fitting ending. It's basically the team coming into their own after the catastrophe at the tower, when they had to fake 2 meetings at once that went completely AWire. The person they had to keep alive had accidentally kicked out of the window of the toppest tower in the tallest building of all time, and it just goes completely nuts. I love this movie. I think it's my top 3 action movies of all time.
All right, so that's it for our top 5 favorite Tom Cruise films. We've gone way over time, but we do have another segment to do, so we're going to breeze through it reasonably quickly. We're going to nut it out hard. But it's our weekly director spotlight, and this week, I guess, since The Accountant was just released in Australia, we're going to be talking about Ben Affleck, and he's only got 3 movies, but what are 3 movies he has got? I mean, he for a while, he was a joke as an actor, really. Like, he did that shitty movie with his girlfriend. I think it was called Ghibli. Ghibli. Gibby! And, Gibby! Yeah, he was basically a joke for a while, and but he started directing, and I think in turn, him directing his films, he was acting in them, and his directing in turn improved his acting, and he's just revitalized his entire career. And,
he's hot stuff now. People want him now.
He's the man. Gone Baby Gone was his first directorial effort, starring his brother Casey Affleck, who's a fantastic actor in his own right, is what he's becoming. And I haven't seen that in quite a while, but it's about this girl who's gone missing and everything, and there are crack addicts involved, and it's a great movie. He tells a great story. He does. Really does. He just makes these. He doesn't make these
and he wrote
arty-farty movies. He just makes these great cinematic stories that I love.
He wrote it too. I mean, the guy, fantastic director, great actor, brilliant writer. His screenplay abilities are incredible. Obviously, he won the Oscar back in 1997. He's just so freaking incredible. 2 Boston area, two PIs basically. Casey Affleck. They're both they get paid by all these different people to go and basically investigate this child abduction case, because the police aren't doing it well enough.
Who plays the
other
other
one?
one?
Everyone on it. Michelle Monaghan.
Right.
Morgan Freeman is the police captain. He steps down. Ed Harris, isn't it? Ed Harris plays the person, the main, cop on the case, and he is absolutely incredible.
He's very
that
good,
whole monologue he has, where he's he basically, he saw a child case before where these 2 crack addicts had a child, so basically he killed the child's crack addict parents so the child could grow up in a better family. And Casey Affleck's like, do you really think that's the right choice? And he's like, fucking A, I do. And he's like, you don't mess with a child like that. You don't mess with them like that. It's just, this is my favorite Ben Affleck movie. I watched it, and then I watched the other 2, and I enjoy. I love all of them. But when I first watched it, I thought, yeah, this is a good movie. It's fine. Argo and The Town are way better, and I rewatched it a couple months ago and immediately rose to the top of my list, because upon rewatch, I love this film. I love it.
She's gone, baby. Gone.
Yeah, that is so good. And he's like, if you haven't found her by now, she is gone, baby. gone.
Yeah, and then he went on to The Town because, you know, he loves a bit of
Boston.
the old Boston. He does.
Boston.
He doesn't mind a bit of the old Boston.
Yeah.
And
Fucking
The
fat
Town is
upon
my
the
favorite
fucking
movie of
homos.
his. I think he really hit his stride there, although it has been a while since I watched Gone Baby Gone. But no, The Town is just amazing. It's his Groove Robbers, him and Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, the first time he directs
the real
himself.
heart of it. Yeah, the first time he directs himself as an actor, and he's very good in it as well. But I think the real star of that movie is Jeremy Renner in terms of acting. He was Oscar nominated for it. He's absolutely incredible. But yeah, they're these bank robbers, and they take this girl hostage while robbing a bank. They take her with her and then dump her at the beach and stuff. And then Affleck manages to start a romance with her, as you do, because that's what smart people do. But
Is it
yeah,
Blake
he
Lively
ends
or
up-
Rebecca Hall? I think it's Rebecca Hall, isn't it?
It's Rebecca Hall. Blake Lively plays some random crackhead or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's the one who has like the kid, I think, and
Yeah.
but yeah, and he has this relationship with Rebecca Hall, who's actually a pretty underrated actress herself. But it's
Yeah, I think she's good. She's in a lot of crap.
Again, it's
She's great in The Gift. Anyway, keep
Yeah.
on.
and she's got a movie coming out this year that looks like she could be an Oscar contender called Christine. But anyway, enough about that. Yeah, I think it's a great cops and robbers story. I mean, we get to look at the cops investigating
John
them. I
Hamm.
think it's John Hamm. Yeah, John Hamm was also very, very good in it. And it's just, I don't know what to say. It's a fantastic story. You can get behind the characters, and it's just got great structure to it, and the ending is really great. I mean, the ending's
Your
a
favourite
little...
Affleck movie?
A little sappy, I guess, but you know, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind
Yes.
getting a little sentimental.
Yeah. Oh, Jacob, ain't nothing wrong with a little bum and grind.
No,
Next. And after that, he went on to direct the Best Picture winner, Argo.
he directed a Best Picture winner that did not even deserve to be nominated, in my opinion. But
And
it's still a
in
fantastic
my
movie.
opinion,
but
you're completely
it
wrong
should-
and should shut up.
It should not have bloody won that award. I mean,
Maybe
I'm
it shouldn't
just-
have won, but I do think it deserves. I love this movie. It's basically the true story of basically the. It's actually incredible that this is a true story. Really, I mean, it's
Oh
actually,
yeah, it's an
yeah.
amazing story,
Yeah,
and it's a perfectly made movie.
exactly a CIA agent launches a dangerous operation. Basically,
Still should not have beat Django Unchained. I just got to. I'm
no,
sorry. I
it
had to
shouldn't.
throw
It
that
shouldn't
out there.
have, but it should have been nominated. It's good enough to be nominated, mate. Name 10 movies that came out that year better than this. A CIA agent
no, I probably
launches a
can't.
dangerous operation to rescue 6 Americans, basically stuck in Iran, and these Iranians know they're stuck there and are trying to kill them. And it's really a race against the clock. And he goes under there, and the way he goes over to get them out, basically, is he disguises him and himself and his crew as scouting for a film, and they have to create. They have to go all in or bust, and they create a fake magazine with fake articles, fake posters. They write a real script for it. They allocate real jobs to these people and basically get this movie off the ground. The movie called Argo is the movie they're making. It's a Star Wars ripoff because it was really hot at that time. And basically they go in there and they're like, oh yeah, we're just going to Iran to scout some spots. They show them all the movie posters. All right, we'll let you in. And then they try and sneak these hostages out and disguise them as part of the crew. And they're like, oh yeah, we came in together and now we're leaving. And it's just. It is a crazy story that this is real, and it's a perfectly made film. It's really intense. The ending when they're leaving on the plane, it literally had my heart beating, me sweating. It's just a fantastic movie. And Jacob, Argo, fuck yourself.
Damn, I was going to say that. You beat me to it.
John Goodman.
That
as
is
well,
yeah.
and
That
Alan
is
Arkin,
a bloody.
fantastic.
That is an iconic quote. Probably.
Hey.
Best part of the movie.
No, it was
it's a perfectly
ad-libbed
made
by
movie.
Alan Arkin, and then it was so good they incorporated it into the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it's really is a perfectly made movie, and he told the story perfectly. I just wasn't that emotionally connected to it as I was with his other two films. Yeah, but other than that, it's really great, and
Bryan Cranston
he's the
too,
man.
great.
Yeah, we forgot about him. But yeah, Affleck, he's the man. He's got Live by Night coming out sometime next year, which is, I believe it's another Boston one.
Yeah.
It's set during like the Prohibition era. It's about like alcohol smugglers
Hey,
and
if it
everything
ain't
like
broke, don't
that.
fix it.
So, yeah, I mean, but why not? There are a lot of movies in Boston, a lot of great movies set in Boston. I mean, it lends itself well to the cinematic form.
Yeah, it does.
But Yeah, no, Live by Night looks fantastic, and he's
Live
doing
by
his own
Night-
Batman movie.
Live by Night actually comes out early
Pretty
January.
early.
This
So are they
in
are
like
they
a
going?
few months?
Are they going for Oscar contention
I
this year?
believe
Or is
so.
it
I
going
believe
to
they're
be
releasing it this
so limited
year.
this December. Yeah,
and I'm excited
probably.
for it because it's got Elle Fanning. Anything Elle Fanning's in, I'll see.
I'm just
Fuck Neon Demon.
I'm just excited because Ben Affleck. I mean,
oh,
he's
yeah,
a
of course.
he is
the
one of those
man.
directors that you can sell a movie just on the fact that he's directing it.
He
now.
has not
And
made an average film yet. They've all been fantastic.
If you'd said that 10 years ago, you would have been laughed out of the building.
Oh, even 10 years ago, he was an Oscar-winning screenwriter, but, you know,
Oh, yeah, but,
no
like-
prospects on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean, but even now, he's turned his acting around. I mean,
has.
how great was he in Gone Girl?
Fantastic. Incredible.
He
Perfect
was
for that
he
role.
even though I don't like the movie, he was an excellent Batman.
You don't like... Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to say you don't like
No,
Gone Girl. And I'm like,
I fucking love Gone
what?
Girl.
What are you on about? You want to say that again, mate?
Yeah.
No, he was a
he's
great
really-
Batman, too.
Yeah, he was a really good Batman. And speaking of which, he's going to be directing his own Batman movie, which might be finally our first ever good DCEU movie.
Well,
I hope it doesn't take him that long. I hope Wonder Woman's good.
I think it's going to be after... I heard he's already got another movie in production after Live by Night, so it may even be after that one. We'll have to see. Because I heard the Batman movie and the Superman movie are the ones on the horizon after the rest of these.
Yeah, I think that just about wraps it up for our show tonight.
Yeah.
Or whatever time it is that you're watching it. It's
if you're
currently
with
2
us
a.m.
for
for me,
the-
and I am very, very tired.
Yeah, I've got to be at work in 5 hours and I've still got to sleep, so, you know.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm excited. If you're still with us, thank you so much for watching. You know, we really these podcasts are the backbone of our channel. We're gonna have some other videos out, like my Hacksaw Ridge review. Go see that right now. Link in the description. And you know, it's been a pleasure having you, bouncing off each other. Good podcast, Jacob.
And just know that we have fun doing this. This is our passion, talking about movies, and it's great to have an outlet to do it. And
Literally.
anyone who listens and even gets some semblance of entertainment out of it, then we really, really do appreciate anyone
Even if you
who
did watch
listens to this.
even if you did watch just one or two segments and aren't even listening now, thank you for watching them. Like it does all. It really does all count.
And to whoever leaves a comment saying we sound like shit, I appreciate you for watching.
Yeah,
thank you for the
At
constructive criticism.
At least you clicked on the video, mate. Well done.
No, you contributed to our 0.01 cents of ad revenue. But no, we're rambling again. I think that's it. Our show is going to be a little late next week. It's not going to come out on the weekend because I'm going to be not next week. The week after.
We'll have it out the next
I have no
week.
idea what times. But next week, I'm
You
going to get to see Hacksaw Ridge, so we're going to get to talk about that a bit
Yeah.
more in depth.
I'm waiting for
I'm also going to be seeing Ouija: Origin of Evil. I don't know if we're going to be talking about that, but you know, it's a movie I'm going to be seeing.
Yeah.
And
actually no. Don't. Next week on the channel, you can look forward to a Nocturnal Animals review from me too. I won't be doing Arrival. I'm going to be leaving that for
lucky
Jacob
bastard.
since he Arrival's basically his most anticipated movie. So I'm going to leave that review for him because I'm a nice bloke. I'm a few good mate.
The nearest movie theater to me that will be playing Nocturnal Animals is 4 hours away, so that's my life.
And Arrival.
Yeah, well, no, Arrival's playing about an hour away from
Not
me,
on the
so
same day,
but I'm
though,
going
on Thursday.
Yeah, no,
Late.
I'm going to the city in a couple of weeks. I'm going to see a bunch of stuff. Anyway, look, it's rambling about our lives. I just have one thing to end this show with, and that is, I'll go fuck yourself.
I knew it. I'll go fuck yourself.